She was a great lady, like another Hanuman. She was Hanuman of Swami Bhagavan Rajneesh. She had no personal idea, no personal life, no personal desire. No? She lived for Bhagavan, she died for Bhagavan. She was totally surrendered. She came from a Gujarati family, from Bombay, good family, and they were devotee of Mahatma Gandhi. And she was also a social worker before she met Osho. After she met Osho, after first meeting, he totally surrendered and became Osho disciple. Then she didn't miss any camp. The camp was anywhere, she used to attend the camp. I saw her first time in Dwarika camp in '69. She had come from Bombay to attend the camp. So she was not missing any camp also. Working in Bombay, but she used to travel wherever there is meditation camp. When Osho moved to Bombay, he appointed Ma Yog Laxmi his secretary, because she was totally devoted, totally honest, and she has no personal desire of any kind. कोही आफ्नो पर्सनल इच्छा नभएकै मान्छे धेरै कम हुन्छ जसको व्यक्तिगत कुनै आकांक्षा थिएन उहाँ, हैन? खाली गुरु र गुरुको कार्य मात्रै उहाँको जीवनको उद्देश्य थियो. So she served Bhagavan Sri Rajneesh as his secretary from 71 to 81, 10 वर्ष, जबसम्म भगवान इन्डियामा बस्नुभयो, हैन? छाया जस्तो हुनुहुन्थ्यो उहाँ. भगवानको वर्ड उहाँको लागि वेद, पुराण, कुरान थियो. उहाँ अरू केही पढ्नु पनि हुन्थेन, केही सुन्नु पनि हुन्थेन. ओशो सिवाय उहाँको राम भक्त हनुमान, उहाँको केही मतलबै थिएन. जो है ओशो है, इसके अलावा कुछ भी नहीं. हामीहरू पुनामा बस्दाखेरि जब अरू गुरुहरूको किताब पढ्थेँ उहाँ हाँस्नुहुन्थ्यो. हामी अटोबायोग्राफी योगी पढ़ते, और हाम्रो किताब प्रेमी नेचर थियो, वहाँ हाँस्नुहुन्थ्यो. अरे जब ओशो मिल गया तो तुम लोग ये क्या पढ़ते हो, हम समझते नहीं हो. ओशो क्या स्वतंत्रता थी, रिलेशन, देयर वाज फ्रीडम ऑफ रिलेशनशिप इन पुणे आश्रम, बट शी ऑलवेज लिव्ड एलोन. Many people were interested to become her friend, but she preferred to live alone. And she was beyond any type of attachment with any person. If she was attached to his master only also. बड़ो वहाँ को इंटरेस्टिंग घटनाहरू चाहिँ यस्तो इनोसेंट हुनुहुन्थ्यो वहाँ. एकचोटि one time in Chanshu, way of Chanshu auditorium, there was a room. And Bhagwan's bodyguard Shiva was living in a room. And he was very romantic. So he used to change his partner quite frequently. So one day, Lakshmi wanted to go to Chanshu auditorium, but the passage was through Shiva's room. So when he entered into the room, Shiva was making love. She was so innocent. She has never seen anybody making love, and she has no idea what is making love. So when you see from outside somebody making love, when you make love yourself, you enjoy, but if you see somebody making love, it is very ugly. Just imagine, no? And especially When Western make love, they make lot of noise and shouting and sometimes fighting also. So she thought that they are fighting. So she came and pulled Shiva out of his girlfriend. क्यों उसको क्यों तंग कर रहे हो? Why you are torturing her? This became a big story in ashram. We were working in the ashram, and Ma Lakshmi could not understand what is making love. No? Then she was very ashamed, and that she has never dreamed, and there was no sex in her mind at all. She thought they are fighting and so alag. Bhagwan is extremist, and when somebody is good worker, Bhagwan keep on giving him work. And if somebody is lazy, Bhagwan makes him more lazy. उनका style है भगवान का. So because Lakshmi was a good worker and she was taking lot of responsibility, so Bhagwan keep on adding new responsibility because she was only honest and sincere worker those days. Those who, one who has no personal liking or disliking, also was final for her. So Bhagwan asked her to look after the account also, look after correspondence, legal matter, Bhagwan's interview, ashram management, look for the land for the new commune, meeting guests, because Bhagwan was not had stopped meeting people when he went to Pune, he stopped totally audience. He was only meeting sannyasi, he was not meeting non-sannyasi. Maybe sometime very high politician is to come, or man and power. But Bhagwan personally does not meet anybody, so Lakshmi has to meet. So her responsibility was keep on adding every day. 18 घंटा, 20 घंटा. She was working, but still there was pending. So she stopped eating, because when you eat, you have to sleep. And she has no time to sleep. Because if you eat onion, you become lazy and you have to sleep. And she has no time to sleep. She was working 22, sometimes 20 hours, 18 hours, 20 hours. No time to sleep. So she stopped eating. I have worked under her, so I know her personally and I have highest regard for Ma Yog Laxmi. After Osho, I consider she is the ideal for any disciple. So I have worked with her and under her. She was very hard taskmaster. Herself was working, or colleague, and wanted that everybody should put total energy in work. So I saw when he came, Bhagwan keep on adding work on her head. She stopped eating because there was no time to sleep. So she used to live on some biscuits and one banana and a cup of milk and few cup of tea. That was her whole diet. No chapati, no rice, because all those things makes heavy. So she lost her weight, she became very thin. When she joined Osho, she had weight on her body. But after meditation and after starting working, she completely stopped eating, so she lost weight. She became very thin. She was happy with a banana and a cup tea, and that's all. No food. And working all the time, day and night. I can keep on talking about her for a whole day. And we can write a whole book on dedication and devotion of Ma Yog Laxmi, but time does not permit me. To cut this story short, but when Bhagwan moved America, Srila had American nationality. She was American national, and she had planned that Bhagwan should go to America and there will be commune, and she has given all the assurance because their family was in America, and she said I had a good connection and I could arrange land. Since she was American citizen, so Bhagwan made her secretary. Before in Pune, Srila was assistant to Ma Yog Laxmi, but she was very ambitious. So when Bhagwan moved to America, she wanted more power and she wanted to become boss. And she had also capacity to work, so she was made secretary. And then she didn't like, she had a fear that if Lakshmi is there, because she has worked under Lakshmi and she knows that Lakshmi is more devoted and also like more Lakshmi. So she had always fear that she may become one day boss. So she played a trick and removed the Lakshmi from the Rajneeshpuram. Lakshmi was expelled from Rajneeshpuram. She had very difficult time. She lived in Washington DC and New York area, and Srila has issued a letter that nobody should support Lakshmi. Anybody who will support Lakshmi will be expelled from sannyas and will not be allowed, because Srila is like a dictator. She is a very ambitious lady. So she has issued a letter that nobody should help Lakshmi. So people were not helping her. So it was very difficult her for survive. And she has sick body also. And also she was poisoned. And a lot of people have been poisoned. There is a conspiracy. Osho was himself poisoned, exposed to radioactive radiation. And she was also poisoned. So she has a very sick body and many problems in her body. But with very frail and sick bodies, she wanted to remain in America because she didn't have a visa to re-entry in America. So if she go back to India, she will not be able to have a darshan of Bhagwan. That time people thought that Osho will live always in Rajneeshpuram, and this is the last home. So she wanted to remain in America, so she stayed in New York. Then started selling samosa and sandwich on footpath, just for survival. Because nobody was helping her, so she used to sell snacks on the street just for survival. Very difficult days. And just a few days ago, Dinesh Galaji was here. He has left yesterday. So he could have told you the story of Ma Lakshmi. He was also in America. From Gujarat, so he knew Lakshmi. So she had a very difficult time, very, very difficult time. Then she was arrested by immigration people because she didn't have, so her visa was expired and she had overstayed in America and they were not renewing his visa. So she was arrested. And then the immigration people started bargaining with her. They told her that if you tell us the weaknesses of Masila, we will arrest Masila and you will become the secretary and we will immediately give you a green card. So you can stay in America as long as you wish, but you will have to tell me some weaknesses and some illegal thing which Sila has done. Mahalakshmi totally refused. He said, no, Sila is the secretary of Bhagwan. Although she don't like me, but I have not a word against her. Then she was tortured in because she was illegal resident, so they torture her very much in prison. She was tortured. And they did use third grade of torture as the police use when they have some criminal, when they want that somebody should speak. Because there was a lot of irregularity in Rajneeshpuram, and the American government wanted to know about the irregularity so that they can close the commune. But Lakshmi knew many things which was happening in Rajneeshpuram, but she didn't say a word. Then she was tortured very much. She was made naked and had to sleep on ice cubes and things like that, like third grade of torture which police use normally, you know. But she didn't speak a word. Then the authority saw that she cannot speak a word against Bhagwan or his ashram or Srila. They tortured her for 15 days. They kept her under prison and used all sorts of things, but she didn't speak a word. Then they stamped her passport that person of non grata and never allowed to return to America, and they deported her to India. So that was in 85. So she was living in Delhi because she was deported and she was sick. And Srila has written letter everywhere that nobody should, Srila is very jealous of her, so she has written letter that nobody should help, nobody should support her. Anybody who will help and support will be banned. So nobody was ready to even talk to her. I was going to Rajneeshpuram in 85, second time. I knew that she is in Delhi. So I went via Delhi and just to meet her. She was in a one-room flat, living in Delhi, in a very miserable condition. She was sleeping on floor and there's nobody except one sannyasin, a sannyasin from African sannyasin, Ma. She was there to help her. She was sick and without money and lot of problems. Some Indian friends were helping her a little bit, but everybody was afraid of Srila. That if Srila knew that we are in good terms with Lakshmi, we will be banned. So I went to meet her and I said, I was very angry upon Bhagwan also, that Bhagwan, why you torture your disciples so much? And Bhagwan should have taken care. Bhagwan was also torturing me those days. He was not looking at me, not answering my question. I was also going through that period when Bhagwan was very hard upon me. He is not even used to look at me for many years. So these are the phase when Master has to test the disciple, and it was for my own growth, now I understand. But those days I was very angry of Bhagwan. But he was torturing me and he was torturing Lakshmi. I received a letter that I have to come to Rajneeshpuram. I was there in 83 and I was expecting that I have come from Nepal and I am working, I was running a center, doing so much work for him. So I will be received there with honor. But I was neglected so much in Rajneeshpuram 83. And Bhagwan even did not like to look at me in drive-by, so I was very much frustrated. So I thought in 83, I will never go back to America. But 85, I received a letter, a reminder that I have to come, because that was the last year of Rajneeshpuram. Rajneeshpuram was going, Bhagwan knew that it is going to collapse because of the conflicts. So Bhagwan wanted that I should see the commune, because commune was at its peak and very functional. Bhagwan wanted that I should come and see and learn things. So he insisted that I have to come. I received several phone calls and letters that I have to come. So I went there, I met Ma Laxmi. Laxmi, when I met, I was very sorry to see her. She was in a very pitiable condition, sick, without money, neglected, wanted to live near Bhagwan, but not allowed. His passport was stamped, that person non grata, never allowed to enter America. She was in very miserable condition. So I asked her that I am going to Rajneeshpuram and Sila is torturing you, I know, but I don't think Bhagwan, it is Bhagwan's, according to Bhagwan, it is her play. So you write down all the complaint and all the problem you have gone through. So I told her that give me a letter, I will deliver that letter to Bhagwan. She said, how you will deliver the letter to Bhagwan? Bhagwan is not meeting anybody. Those days Bhagwan was in silence and there was no personal audience. So she told me that, how can you meet Bhagwan? Then I told her that I have a very good connection with Bhagwan Mother. Bhagwan Mother was living in Rajneeshpuram and she had a privilege that she could meet Bhagwan once in a week. At lunchtime, Bhagwan used to call her once in a week. So that was the only way to reach to Bhagwan without Sila. Otherwise everything, all letter has to go through Sila. And she will not allow to go anything against her. So I told her that I will give a letter to Bhagwan's mother and that letter will be delivered to Osho. And Osho will know everything and then he will surely support you. Then she laughed. He said, do you think that Bhagwan don't know anything? And do you think that a disciple has to write letter to master? No. No, master knows everything and whatever he is doing is good for me. Is for my growth. And I have never written a letter to Bhagwan. I don't need to write anything because he is almighty. He knows everything and he will do right thing at right time. I have no complaint, nothing to say. I was surprised to see her frame of mind. Then I said, Lakshmi, I want to do something for you because I have worked under you. I know how beautiful person you are, how much devoted you are. I want to do something for you. She said that when you go to Rajneeshpuram and when you have drive-by darshan, those days there used to be drive-by darshan. You can have darshan only when Bhagwan passed by car for 1 minute. That was the only thing those days. No personal meeting, no sannyas. Bhagwan was in silence. So there was no other way to meet him. Just one, when you are passing through in afternoon, you can have a drive-by darshan for a fraction of a second. So she told me that when you have darshan of Bhagwan, you bow down to him first time from your own side and you again bow down second time from my side. Convey my pranam to his feet. That's the only thing you can do and nothing else is needed. No? She was such a devoted person. I was very angry with Bhagwan. Really, I tell you, very, very angry with Bhagwan. क्यों अपने भक्तों को इतना कष्ट में क्यों रखते हैं भगवान? I tell you the last story because the story is very long. I will just tell you one mistake. So I have a friend in London. She has invited me to stay someday in London. So I stayed 7 days in London on way to Rajneeshpuram and visited. First time I was in England. So I visited London. Then I went Rajneeshpuram. I remember on 29th of June, I reached Rajneeshpuram. I was not very willing, because I knew that Bhagwan will not treat me properly. I was mistreated last time. So I was also going through the acid test period. Master test disciples. My acid test period was that period. So reach in after morning. So in drive-by, there 2 o'clock. I just went and stand. I knew that he will not look at me, so useless respect. So I was just going down and his car passed. Then came back to my room, and because of night flight I was trying to sleep. Then an assistant of Sila came running and she told me that you have to be in Sila office, Jesus Grove, 6 o'clock sharp. And you should take shower and you should come in fresh clothes. A lot of instruction. No woolen clothes, no perfume. I don't understand what does it mean. I said, okay, I will come. Then I slept. Again at 5:30, I was trying to get up to go to Sila office, but she was so particular, she sent a car for me. And the Swami reminded me that you have to be exactly at 6 Sila office. I don't know why she is calling me. So I just took shower and went there. When I reached in Sila office, she was big boss, very hard taskmaster. Although she loved me, but she, as an administrator, she was very hard. So she told me that you go, there is a drawing room, and wait there. I will come in few minutes. And there is a tea, you can help yourself. If you want tea, you can make your own tea. I went into the drawing room, and that was the greatest surprise of my life. When I went into the drawing room, I saw already Ma Laxmi sitting in the drawing room. Sila's drawing room. That was the greatest surprise of my life. Because 7 days before I have seen in Delhi, sick, without any money, without passport, without visa. And she was healthy and sitting on the sofa and smiling. I thought it is my vision, it is not true. How can it happen, no? I thought I am visualizing it, no? But it was a real thing. I touched her feet and said, Ma Lakshmi, how come you are here? Then she said, I have told you in Delhi that Bhagwan knows the best time and best course. And he takes care. So he's taking care. And I'm here. So my God, you didn't have visa, you didn't have passport, you didn't have money, and you were sick. Then Sila came into the office and said, look, Bhagwan has called you. Bhagwan with silence is not meeting anybody. He was in silence and not meeting anybody. So there was no question of audience, but she entered in the dining room and said, look, Bhagwan want to meet you this evening, both of you together. Exactly at 7 o'clock in Lao Tse house. But since Bhagwan is in silence and does not meet anybody, so keep it a secret that you have met Bhagwan. He had a darshan. And if I tell anybody, if I knew that you have told anybody that you had darshan with Bhagwan, the same time I will expel both of you out of America. Not only Radheshpuram, out of it. She was such a hard administrator, like Hitler. They said, how come Bhagwan has called us together? What have you done? Have you done some mistake? Or we are being called for some mistake, or he will call her? What is the reason? She said, I don't know the reason. After drive-by, when I went to drop Bhagwan in Lao Tse house, Bhagwan said that call Arun and Lakshmi together at exactly at 7. So I have not seen you, that you are here. I don't know the Lakshmi is here, But Bhagavan knew everything. He said, no, Lakshmi and Arun both is here. Call them together at 7. So you wait at 7, I will drive you to Bhagavan's house. So she took us at 7 at Bhagavan's house. After, I was meeting Bhagavan after many years and talking to him maybe 7 years, because he was in silence. It was not 5, 6 years. I had not the opportunity to have a darshan or touch his feet or talk to a master. So there was a gap of 6 years in between. So when we reached, this was a big drawing room, huge drawing room, and the room was dark, so I could not see where is Bhagavan. So I asked Srila, Srila, Bhagavan kahan hai? She showed me in the corner of a big drawing room, there was only one sofa, one sofa chair, easy chair, and Bhagavan was sitting on that chair in a corner, dark corner of the room. So I and Lakshmi both rushed and touched his feet. When you are near Bhagavan, you cannot control your emotion. So I started crying, both Lakshmi and I started crying. And we were there with Bhagavan for, that was a privilege, that was exceptional privilege. Nobody got that privilege to meet Bhagavan in private in Rajneeshpuram, and that's not for 5 minutes, it was for 90 minutes. 90 minutes Lakshmi and I was allowed, and Bhagavan asked me so many questions. My mother had expired the year before. She asked me about how was her death, and did you make a celebration, and all the family matters, and how your center is running. He was showing so much attention and so much love. He doesn't, you have to look at me, and I don't understand what has happened. इतना प्रेम दे रहे हैं, देखते भी नहीं थे. To Lakshmi also he was so kind. And that Lakshmi told the whole story, the how she was tortured in immigration in America, in New York. She told the whole story. Bhagavan became very sad. He said, you write down, you narrate everything should be published in these times, how American government treat my disciples. And then Bhagavan said that, Lakshmi, how is your health? She said, Bhagavan, I am okay. Bhagavan said, okay, you live here, and now you will live here like a princess. So she asked Sila that, Sila, give her the best room and give her the best car and a sofa, because she's sick, she cannot drive. So give her a sofa and car, air-conditioned apartment, good apartment, and appoint some sannyasi to serve her because she's sick. Then, and to me also Bhagavan said that because we were paying minimum money, $500, so we were supposed to stay in a tent. But Bhagavan said that shift Arun also in air-conditioned room and give them good care as long as they want to stay. They should stay. Don't ask for money, because I know they're poor Nepali guy doesn't have money. So let him stay free as long as he stays. I was surprised that why Bhagavan is so calm, how Bhagavan is so kind on us. And Bhagavan said that for Lakshmi, that she should be taken care. Then we both asked, because nothing was free in ashram. If you get free meal, means you have to work. You have to work. So we asked, I also asked, Lakshmi also asked Bhagavan, what work you are giving to us? What work we have to do? क्या काम करना है? Bhagavan said, तुम लोगों ने मेरे लिए जिंदगी भर तो काम किया है, यहाँ भी काम करोगे? जिंदगी भर तुमने जिंदगी में किया क्या है मेरे सिवा? मेरा ही तो काम किया. You have to just work for me. You live like a prince, मुझे कहा है. You don't have to work, just live like a prince, and you live like a princess. The ashram is rich, the ashram can take care of you. It was a big surprise. So much love. and so much care. A real story is that, why that was happening. That I understood little later. When Bhagavan was talking to Lakshmi, I used to put my head on his one feet and holding his feet all the time. Then he will address me, Arun, utho, utho. Huh? Then when he was addressing me, then Lakshmi used to hold her another feet and put her head on that feet. So about 45 minutes, the interview was for 90 minutes, from 7 to 8:30. So 45 minutes, I think I put my head on Bhagavan's one feet. I was on the left side. And 45 minutes, Lakshmi put her head on the Bhagavan's feet. So when Bhagavan was talking to me, Lakshmi used to put her head and hold her head, or hold her leg. And when Bhagavan will say, Lakshmi, utho, utho, then I used to hold. That was a unique, I can't describe my experience. It is beyond words. No. If you are a disciple and if you love a master, maybe you will understand. It was not an ordinary interview. Bhagavan has not called us for gossip. No. Lakshmi became enlightened there at Bhagavan's feet. That was, I think, 30 June 1985. Lakshmi became enlightened at Bhagavan's feet during that interview, during that darshan. I was not that fortunate as Ma Yog Laxmi, but I also attained something very beautiful. Which I don't want to describe here. It is very personal. But I achieved also something very important, for which I was working since many life. Later on, Bhagavan told me that I am so happy. Bhagavan told me that a lot of my burden has been relieved because both of you were my responsibility. And much burden has been relieved. So something very beautiful happened. About Lakshmi, I can tell you frankly that she became enlightened there at Bhagavan's feet. What can be a better place to become enlightened? कोई पेड़ के नीचे enlightened होते हैं, कि नदी पर होते हैं, कोई पहाड़ में होते हैं, कोई गुफा में होते हैं. गुरु के पांव के पर enlightened होने से अच्छा क्या हो सकता है? So that was, for that event to happen, she was tortured, no? To create the opposites, no? To create the context in which Buddhas are born. Buddhas are not born in bed of flowers, no? Buddhas are not born in very courteous 5-star hotels, no? Buddhas are, master knows how to make one Buddha. It was Bhagavan's device for Lakshmi how to make her enlightened person. So I witnessed, nobody has been so close to Lakshmi as me, because I have witnessed all her torture and also I have witnessed her flowering. She became totally enlightened, awakened, nirvana at Bhagavan's feet. That very evening, that was 30 June 1985. The time was between 7 and 8:30 in the evening. We both attained something which is permanent. Even death cannot snatch from us. No. So I also gone through a transformation and had a wonderful blessing of the Master that evening. But it is so personal, I will not tell about my experience in detail. About Lakshmi I can talk. So we both came back very happy. And then we were there for many weeks. Slowly she recovered her sickness. She was very happy. And I had a wonderful time because I was given all the privilege and I was enjoying the ashram. Bhagavan told me to live like a prince. You have not to work in it. Just enjoy. This whole mela is for you, he said. इतना बड़ा मेला तुम्हारे लिए लगाया, तुम यहाँ काम कर, जिंदगी भर तो मेरा ही काम किया हो, यहाँ भी काम कर. That he said, no, what a lovingly he said. The whole life you have worked for me, and here also you want to work. No, you just enjoy, relax. कुछ काम नहीं करना है. So I lived in Rajeshpuram. They take care of my. They gave me a very good room, air-conditioned room. Free food, everything free. So Bhagavan, Master, know how to awaken a disciple. And enlightenment does not happen on a bed of roses, no? Sometimes you have to go through acid test. Go through the hardship. You have to prove your worth. You have to prove that you are not a seasonal flower. Seasonal. There are a lot of seasonal disciples. No? They begin to decide if the season is good. Mullah Nasruddin replied, girlfriend, that तुम्हारे लिए मैं चांद तारे तोड़ के ला सकता हूँ, हिमालय पहाड़ को हटा सकता हूँ, जो कहोगी वो तुम्हारे लिए कहो तो ताजमहल बना दूँ. कल तुमने मिलने के लिए बुलाया है, अगर मेरा मूड ठीक रहा और पानी नहीं बरसा तो मैं आऊँगा. This is called fair weather lovers. Fair weather lover. अगर मौसम ठीक रहा तो हम प्रेम करें. So they are fair weather disciples. When everything is good, they are disciples. If there is something difficult, they will leave immediately. I have met many fair weather friends and many fair weather disciples. Lakshmi was all weather disciple. She was not only fair weather disciple, she was all weather disciple. She has proved her worth, she became enlightened. She is a symbol of dedication and devotion. And now she permanently merged in Osho, and wherever we invoke and invite Osho, wherever there is a presence of Osho, there is a presence of Ma Yog Laxmi. That's why you felt it. Where is the Swamiji who was asked the question? That's why you felt Ma Yog Laxmi, because when we invoke and invite Bhagavan, she is always there. She was part of Bhagavan. And Haina. She has worked. She left her body in Bombay because she died after we have started Osho Tapoban. She was very happy. I sent her a picture of Osho Tapoban. She left, I think in after 92 or 94, I don't know. But Tapoban भई सक्या थियो. हामीले फोटो पठाए थिए. उहाँले मलाई बहुत ब्लेसिङ पठाउनु भएको थियो. बहुत आशीर्वाद पठाउनु भएको थियो, तिमीले बहुत ठुलो काम गर्यो भनेर। 90मा तपोवन बन्यो, उहाँले 90 पछि सायद 94, 95तिर शरीर छोड्नुभयो। 94, 95। हामीले एउटा टुडे वी हेभ रिमेम्बर ए होली soul, a very pure soul, purest soul. Is like a Hanuman of Rama. Ma Yog Laxmi, Swami Anand, Maitreya are exceptionally devoted disciples, totally honest disciples. They have proved that even in this time when it's very difficult to surrender, ये समय ऐसा है, बहुत बुद्धिवादी समय है, लोग के पास प्रेम और श्रद्धा बहुत कम हो गया है, समर्पण बहुत कठिन होता जा रहा है। In this difficult time also, Maitreya ji, Ma Yog Laxmi, Bimal Kirti, no, he was exceptional soul. What Bhagavan has said, that even I am going to miss them. I don't miss anybody. He has said so many times that I don't miss anything in my life. When he was answering the question, he said, even I am going to miss them. Because there was a beautiful soul. No? And what Bhagavan was saying just now, no? They were beautiful soul. ऐसे हृदय पृथ्वी पर बहुत दुर्लभ है. Very rare to find such soul on this planet. Mahalakshmi was a rare flowering, and it's very rare to find another person